Okay, so we will begin, right? So first of all, this is not a lecture, right? So here this research project, the sessions will be conducted as workshops, right? So I will explain that. First of all, those who are in online, if you can hear me.
Yes, ma'am.
So the whole of you are 16D exemption and only 2 from 15, right? So this one business research project. Right? So I will explain. First, I will explain what are the workshops that we will be having. Right? And then we will explain what is this research project is about, what are the things you need to do. Okay. Before that, so I am Siri, and I am the research project coordinator. Right? So if there are any concerns in relation to this business research project, you can contact me. So I will be the one who will be scheduling these sessions and also allocating supervisors for you. Okay. Okay. So my contact details also I think have you received this business project access in your module? I have received the access for 16D extension that. In there, I have uploaded all these documents. For you, I will upload once I get that. Right? So I will let them know that give access to you. Right? So then you can take all these documents. Right? Okay. So this is what. But your academic plan in relation to this module. Right? So today, since it is the first session, we are having physically, right? So next week you will be having online, right? So you are having lectures till 3:30, right? The other lectures, okay. You don't have break class. So let's say on Sundays you don't have any lecture. You have. No. I think 15, what about the time? You are not doing package, right? So let's see. However, today we are having this session which is in relation to I will be introducing this project, right? And next week onward, you will be having these workshops. So next session will be online. It will be conducted by a professor, the director, our director. And in there, it will be explaining about your chapter 1 in this project, how to do chapter 1, how to find the problem, right? Those things. And then here, in third session, by third session, you have to bring your topic. That means what is the topic that you selected for the project, right? So you have to bring that and you have to do a small, not a presentation. You have to tell what is your topic, why you have selected it, right? So you can note down that date, which is mean, right? That is by third week, third section. In there, what you have to do is you have to bring your topic, right? I will tell you how to do that topic and also why you have selected it, right? And what you are going to measure. Those three things you have to tell. No need to prepare a presentation. If you want, you can create one slide, right? Or you can just briefly tell what is the topic that you have selected. Right? So that will be done in third week. And once you have given your topics to me, I will be allocating, right, in relation to your area. Right? So then this supervised allocation, once I have done the allocation, I will be informing you who is your supervisor, right? So then you have to contact your supervisor. So you can, I will let you know their contact details and all the things. So you can contact your supervisor and then you can start working on the project. Okay? So, and the other thing is once I have allocated the supervisor, just try to contact the supervisor, right? That means don't wait until supervisor contact you, right? So just you try to contact him or her, right? Then after that, in our fourth workshop, it will be about literature review. I think you have already learned some of these things under research methodology, right? So here in the literature review, what it will be explaining is how to do a proper literature review, which will be supported for your chapter 2, right? So like how to find articles, right? Those details will be given in fourth workshop. And then here after the fourth workshop, you have to, you can, that means middle of the time, you can start working on finding literature relevant to your topic, right? You can discuss with your supervisor regarding how to complete this project, right? Supervisor is the one mainly who will be giving guidance to you. We are just doing these workshops to remind you regarding what you have done in last semester. Okay? So none of us are going to give you any guidance on how to, like, we are not going to change anything in relevant to your project because that part will be done by supervisor. Okay? Then the fifth one, it will be on about a recap on research methodology. That means kind of a summary will be given. And in there, if you have already selected your research methods, you can discuss with the relevant lecturer, right? Like for example, whether you are doing quantitative, qualitative, regarding your population, sample, all these details. If you have selected or if you have any problems, you can ask from the relevant lecturer. Okay? So that's what it is. And in 6 months, you have to present your literature review summary, not the complete one, right? Because it will take time to conduct a proper literature review, right? So you just have to present a summary, like what are the literature that you have referred, what are the findings. So you will get the details about that regarding how to do that by fourth workshop, right? That means literature review workshop. So then we will be having, so these are important, these progress review presentation. That means we will be checking your progress, right? Up to what level that you have completed. So first review presentation will be on dates. So I will be informing you regarding what are the dates that we are going to have it, right? In there, mainly we will be checking first 3 chapters. Again, you don't have to complete entire 3 chapters. We just want to know your progress. So even draft of the chapter is fine. Okay. So because it will take time for especially chapter 2. Okay. Because of that, you can prepare a draft and we will be checking your progress. And if you have any questions, you can raise at that time. That's what we are going to do there. Okay. So I will let you know whether we are doing this online or physical. Okay. And here, this one also important. This most probably we will be doing online. Data analysis in there, you have to, what is we are expecting is you can use Excel to conduct data analysis. Right? If you are aware about other statistical softwares like SPSS or any other, you can use, right? But even though you use Excel, we are not going to reduce any marks, right? So what we are expecting from you is use Excel to conduct analysis. So here, but Ms. Kachini will be, so this one is the lecture, will be teaching is analysis by using Excel. Right? So I think sometimes you may have already done analysis or some sort of things under statistical mathematics, right? Maybe have you done like ANOVA, regression, those things in maths or stat lessons? I don't know. So the same thing, starting from beginning, the explanation will be provided. Right? So other statistical softwares you don't have to use, but if you are aware, if you know how to use SPSS, you can use, right? But it is not compulsory. Mainly it will be Excel. And then we will be in August, we will be having final progress review before your Viva and before the submission of your report. Right? So in there, you have to prepare your all chapters, right? So try to complete your all chapters, and we will be checking what is your progress, and if there are any issues, we help you to clarify those. Right? Then these dates are important. Your final submission of the project will be 31st August. And Viva will be arranged between this time period. So I will let you know what are the exact dates, right? For each people, the date will be different. So I will let you know. So your Viva will be scheduled after your examination, right? So then we have time to be prepared. So that's how the academic plan has scheduled. So if you have any concerns, you can discuss and inform me, right, in relation to this. So I will upload this one as well, so you can refer. Then those are the important dates. And the here, I think I told that day as well. What you have to do is, first of all, you have to select one organization, right? So I think all of you are working, right? So you can select your own company that you are working right now, because it will be easy for you to collect data, right? So you can select one company, and then you have to find out any issue in relevant to that company, or any problem in relevant to that company, especially in related to accounting or finance. That means under accounting area, you have to find a problem that company is facing, right? Maybe financial performance related issues, right? Or even you can use accounting information related problems as well, right? But your research problem or the project problem should be comes under accounting area. Under accounting area, you can go for any topic, right? So maybe financial issues, or maybe any system related problem. Likewise, you can take one problem. You have select one problem, right? Then, based on that problem, you can develop your research topic. Right? So that's what you have to do by 30. So you have to bring that topic. Right? Then I will show you the word. These are some examples for business. Sorry, the topic that you can take. Right? Maybe you can take. Let's say in your current company, if they have any issues in relation to effectiveness of financial reporting systems, then you can take that as topic, right? So then you are going to, under this topic, what you are going to do is you are going to find out why they have a effectiveness problem. What are the reasons? Then what are the recommendations that you can provide? So at the end of the project, what is expecting is providing recommendation to the company or solutions to the company. That's what the project is about, right? You are finding a problem and providing recommendations to the company. Okay? So here we are not going to test hypotheses, or those things are not required. If you want, you can add. So these are some examples. Even you can take sustainability related accounting practices, or maybe under AI base you can take any accounting systems, right? So you can consider these kind of topics, right? And even you can take the topic that you have taken for the research methodology module. That means the proposal which you have prepared, right? So can I know what were the topics that you have taken? In the research methodology, can you listen? I think you may have taken several terminals in there. Even that topic also you can modify to here. Then you don't have to again develop research questions, problems. Right? You can refer the same proposal. Right? So can anyone remember the topic? Then I can tell you how to convert. I think most of you must have taken like impact of something on some other variable. So you don't have to measure impact. If you want, you can, but it's not needed, right? So measuring impact of like independent variable on dependent variable is not required for the project. That one we are doing in research. So you can just take simple topics like this. Okay. Okay. These are the word counts. So the total word count is 10,000. Don't worry. You don't have to write the entire project at once, right? So we will be having 5 chapters. So for the chapter 1, word count is 1,500. So that means when you are writing your chapter 1, you will be doing it step by step after discussing with your supervisor. So you have to have meetings with your supervisor, right? That is important. There will be a separate form where you have to sign, right? That means supervisor will be signing whether you have met him or her. Your supervisor will be signing, right? So without your supervisor signing, you cannot proceed, right? Because of that, you have to meet your supervisor. You can arrange either physical meetings or online. Most probably, they will be having online meetings, right? If not, if you are coming, I think you are working on weekdays. So in weekend, when you are coming to lectures, also you can meet. If not, you can arrange online sessions. Okay? So these are the word count. You can complete this even one chapter also, step by step. No need to, that means we are not asking you to complete it at once, right? So don't worry about the word count. So these are the word counts, and I will tell you what we need to include in each chapter. Are there anything that you want to know? So then chapter 1, in your proposal, what you have included chapter, have you included it as chapters or just topics, subtopics, right? Okay. So from there also you can take information. Chapter 1 means your problem identification and justification part, which we call introduction. Chapter 1 topic is introduction. So here, what you need to do, you have to include these points. I have uploaded for this format to LMS. So once you get the access, you can check, right? So here, what you need to include in this chapter is you have to explain what is your problem, right? So first you have to include the background of the problem, right? That means before directly, that means we are not going to explain our problem directly. Right? About the problem we can explain that. First, we are going to explain it in, first we will be explaining in broad terms. Later onwards, we are going to narrow it down. it's like telling a story, right? So that's how you have to explain this your research problem. Okay? So that's what we call a background of the problem, right? After that, you have to include problem statement. Problem statement means what is you are going to measure. I think you have included these things in your proposal, right? So you can take, if you are taking the same topic, you can include the same information. Okay? Then you have to include your research questions, objectives, these things. So I will give you can you give me a topic in relation to accounting? That means I'm not from accounting background. I can tell you example from another background, but I think it will not be suitable to you. So can you tell me one example, one topic that we can explain how to? Okay, let's say for simple topic, let's say we are going to measure effectiveness of financial performance of our selected company, right? So that is our topic. So then, on the background of study, first you have to explain. You have to start with financial performance, right? What is financial performance, and why it is important to the company? Why maintaining proper financial performance is important to the company, right? Then you can discuss what kind of factors in present world, what kind of factors that it will impact to the financial performance effectiveness, right? Likewise, you have to start from a broader perspective. Later, you have to narrow it down to the problem that you will be studying. Okay? So that's what you are going to be including background. Background in the sense, background of your research problem, right? What you are going to study, and also why you are interested about it, why this topic is important, what are the values of this topic, all these details you have to include under background. So this part will be again explained by Professor next week, right? So then you can get the proper idea. And then you have to include the company overview. Okay. The 1.3 company overview. Company overview means overview about the company that you have selected, right? So in there, do not write like their vision, those things, right? So what you have to do is you have to explain this is the company that you have selected, and they are currently facing this problem. So then you are going to study about it, right? So just explain company background, right? What is the company when they have started it? Why this company is, why you have selected this company, and what is the problem that they are facing. Okay, those are the things you need to explain there. Then problem statement means what is the problem that you are studying. Okay, so for example, if our topic is measuring effectiveness of financial performance, your problem will be whether the financial performance of this company is effective. Right? So likewise, you have to write it as a problem. Okay. That's what problem statement. And when you are writing problem statement, again you have to include a small explanation about the problem. So these things your supervisor will guide you regarding how to write these things, right? So sometimes the supervisor may give you some examples as well, which you can refer. Right? Then you have to write research questions and objectives. So I think in your proposal you have already done that, right? So you may have written your main problem, and under main problem you have to write objectives and questions, research objectives and research questions. Okay? So again, it will be depend on your topic. Okay? And then you have to include the scope. Scope means what you are going to cover in this project. Significance means why your project topic is important in terms of theoretical aspect and practical aspect, right? So what you have, if you are taking the topic which you have done in research methodology, you can take the same information from there which you have written. So I think you have already done these things under that proposal. If you are using the same topic, you can take same. So this is the introduction chapter. The chapter 2 is literature review. For this, it will take some time. So here you have to download articles. You have to refer articles in relation to your research problem. Okay? So how to do that? All these things will be explained in our fourth workshop, right? So after that, you can start doing this chapter, right? And again, discuss with your supervisor regarding how to find out what are the subtopics that you are going to include in your second chapter, right? Subtopics mean after introductory paragraph, you have to identify what are the other topics that you are going to include. That topic will be depend on your main research problem. Okay? So that part you have to do after discussing with your supervisor. Okay? So that's what here review. Third one is methodology. So here you will be including what are the methods that you have included, right? So in your research proposal, that means in that previous semester, does any of you have done secondary data? Like in your proposal, have you mentioned that you are going to do secondary data analysis? So here it is advised to use primary data, right? So do not use secondary data. You have to conduct analysis by using primary data. So primary data means you have to collect data by yourself, right? And also, are there anyone interested in doing qualitative study? So if you are doing quantitative, you have to use Excel to analyze. So in there, you have to prepare a questionnaire and you have to distribute it to your participants. So once you have gathered data, you can analyze it by using Excel, right? So qualitative, yeah, my advice is to go for quantitative. But if you would like, you can go for qualitative. But in qualitative, you have to conduct interviews, right? Face-to-face or online interviews you have to conduct. So sometimes it may take time because in here for the research project, you don't have time like in research, right? For the research, we are giving 6 months, but here it is be considered as one subject. So your semester time is equal to research project time, right? So you can decide what research that you are going to do. Again, you have to discuss it with supervisor, right? And then here you have to include what is your research strategy, right? Whether you are going to select quantitative, qualitative, and if it is quantitative, whether you are going to select questionnaire method, survey method. Likewise, you have to include the themes that you have learned at the methodology, right? And what is your sample, what is your population, how you are going to analyze data, how you are going to collect data, those details you have to include in chapter 3, right? So for this, you can get the support from, as I can remember, workshop 5, right, where it will be discussing about recap. There will be a recap about research methodology. So when you are coming to that, you can bring your draft of this chapter, right? Or draft mean you can just note down what are the research methods you are going to select, right? So after that, you can discuss it with the particular lecturer to sort out any questions. So that is what methodology is. And then chapter 4 is the one where you are going to analyze your data, right? So what is expecting from you to, so have you don't have learned regarding analysis, right? Before in research methodology, what are the things that you have learned? Think about like what are the different types of research methods, right? You don't have learned analysis, right? So here, as I have mentioned, you have used Excel, right? In there, you have to conduct. There are things called descriptive analysis, regression analysis. Likewise, some analyses are there. So once you have learned the lesson, you will get the idea regarding how to do the analysis. Before conducting, before writing this chapter, you have to finish data collection part. Right, so you can you have to prepare a questionnaire and you can distribute it to your participant and collect data. If you are going to quantitative, you have to conduct interviews. Okay? So once you collect data, you can start writing this chapter, and that workshop in relevant to Excel will be helpful for you to complete. Okay? So this is where you are going to present what you have analyzed. So you have to include your it is descriptive statistically, that means like age, gender. You have to include the proportions of how many male participants were there, female participants were there. Likewise, there are things to do under this chapter. So you have to include these. Again, when you are writing this chapter, ask from your supervisor regarding what are the things you need to include. Okay? So supervisor will support you regarding how to write this. Right? Always before starting a chapter, you have to communicate with supervisor, right? And the final chapter is easy. In there, you are going to discuss what you have found out, right? And you are going to give your recommendation. What the final chapter is, so where you will be including your recommendation. Mainly, you will be including conclusion of the entire project. Conclusion means what you have found out, right? And also what are the recommendations that you are going to provide to the content, right? So that's what we need. So what you need to do is you have to plan regarding how you are going to complete these chapters. That means at what time. So you can refer our academic plan. So in there, I have mentioned when you have to submit project report and when will be having twice, right? So based on that, those deadlines, you have to plan when you are going to complete these each chapters, right? So you can discuss with your supervisor regarding that as well. Or sometimes supervisor will give you the deadlines to complete each chapter. Okay. So these are the chapters you have to include in your project, right? And remember those word counts as well. Yes, those are the things. So, are there anything that you want to know regarding chapter writing? You will get proper idea when we are doing these workshops and also from the supervisor. Any questions or anything that you want to clarify? Sorry. Sample research. The thing is before your batch, only one batch is doing research project. So in there, they are also still doing the project. I will check with another university or any other sample and we'll upload to LS. So then you can get it. Any other? So what do you prefer, having online sessions or online? So is this time convenient for you? Or is it okay if we have online sessions someday? It will be finished by 3:35. So at what time that you? So even though it has mentioned 3 hours, you will not have 3 hours because these are not lectures, right? For the progress review only, we will be having 3 hours, around 3 hours, right? For the Viva, you will be having individual Viva session. Okay? We have few workshops. We will be having research methodology one, next week one, and also that analysis. For the analysis also most probably it will take 3 hours. For other one will depend the timing. So what time that you prefer? Okay, no problem. So you can discuss with your other members and let me know. You can mail me. And if you have any other concerns also, you can mail me, then I will check what we can do, right? Even if it is okay with having lectures on Sunday and online, you can inform, right? So, however, next week one will be online, right? So, let me know a convenient time, then I will inform the education department and also and there is one activity that you have to do, not now. So you will be doing this activity for 5 days, 5 weeks, right? So once you complete this activity, automatically a part of your chapter 1 will be completed, right? That's why we are giving it to you, right? So I will show that activity. This you have to upload to SMS. There are 5 activities which you have to do in each week, right? So you have to upload this to LMS. Right? I will create the separate link to upload it. So this week, what you have to do is this one, activity 1, identifying research topic, right? That means here the question is you have to identify 3 contemporary topics that you are believing are important issues that are related to business. Here, what you need to do, you can focus on the organization that you are going to select. Your current organization or any other organization. So in that organization, find out 3 problems that they are facing in relation to finance or accounting. Right? So you can find out within this way. Then you have to write down what are those 3 problems. And then give a brief explanation as well. Right? So among those 3, you can select one later. When you are coming to a 3rd week, you can bring your topic. Right? So likewise, we have 5 activities. So when we are completing these one by one, automatically a part of your chapter 1 will be completed. Right? So I will create a separate link to submit this. Before that, I will ask them to give you answer. Okay. What you have to do is in your organization or in an organization, select 3 problems that they are facing. Right? And when you're submitting this, you have to explain it in brief as well. Right? Not only the topics, not only the problem, you have to include the small explanation. Right? So that's what your first activity is. So you have to complete this by before next session. Right? Before next Saturday, you will have to submit. Right? So marks will not be given, but this will be helpful for your topic selection. So even for your third session, even you can bring several topics as well. If you cannot finalize one, then we will help you to finalize with one topic. Then other activities I will explain later when we are having the workshops, right? And in every week, that means in first 5 weeks, we will be having this. Then there are any other things. There is nothing much to explain. Just I wanted to review what is this research project and what you will be doing there. So next week you will be learning how to select a research problem and how to justify it. Right? So once you have selected a problem, you have to tell why you have selected it. Right? So in research or in research project, always remember you cannot do anything without justifying it. That means even though let's say you have selected quantitative method, then you have to say why you have selected it. What is the justification for everything? You have to give justifications. So those things you will be learning next week. Any other concerns? Those who have joined online, are there any concerns? And then I will be uploading these documents so that you can refer, right? And
Madam, we don't have the access to this subject. Can you arrange that for me?
inform them to give access to research project.
Yeah, it doesn't appear in our LMs. That's why.
Okay, I will inform them.
Thank you, madam.
So for the 16D exemption, I have already uploaded. I even didn't get the access for 15. We have to update. So if you have any concerns, you can mail me or contact me. Supervisor, I will. Right, so supervisors will be allocated by 3rd week. So once I have allocated, I will be communicating. Articles, there is no such limit, right? But you have to read a certain amount of articles to do a proper literature review, right? So, supervisors sometimes they will tell, right? Some supervisors may tell, that you have to read. There is no such limit.
This extension utilizing this management of model topic. But the is the organization.
You are using once definitely we have to write how it works. Yes.
Is management of topic.
No, you can so and the relevant you can do as well as the so we need topics under non-negative. And then those who are in online, if you don't have any questions or concerns, you can leave. And next week I will be sharing with the link with you for the next session. It will be online as I have mentioned. There are going as and what about so in 16D, normally already students are there, active students, all students in India.
Is it?
16D.
The physical students have 10.
Okay. So now page 60. What about that? No, the entire. So this module you have selected on 6 times. Okay, then that's it about the first session, right? Just a brief. I did it physically since it is first session, right? So if there are any concerns or anything, you can anytime